For the past 13 years, Joanne Van Tilburg has scoured Easter Island off the coast of Chile, trying to unravel the mystery of the statues and the ancient Polynesian settlers who created them. It's not the life she had envisioned. 30 years ago, as Joanne Becker of Minneapolis, she went to college to become a teacher, working her way through the University of Minnesota as a part-time model.
I did a little bit of television in those days in Minneapolis. Pretty much anything that would bring in enough money to pay the books, for the books and the tuition and that sort of thing.
Teaching later gave way to raising her daughter. Life became comfortable with her architect husband in a big house overlooking the Pacific in California. But Van Tilburg was restless.
This was really archaeologically a place where the native Californians would come up to hunt, and there were hunting blinds here. And
by chance, there were arrowheads and Indian artifacts to be found in the Malibu Hills near her home, and a restless Joanne Van Tilburg was inspired to return to college to become an archaeologist.
One of the things that I think I had to ask myself is this an obsession with the past, and what is it about? And I think that archaeologists, anthropologists, historians value learning about the past because it teaches about themselves.
Van Tilburg went to Easter Island, a remote place that's become a metaphor for man's self-destruction. Overpopulation and diminishing natural resources, it's been thought, nearly wiped out the ancient islanders. Van Tilburg came to study rock paintings, and again, by chance, was diverted by the hundreds of statues, status symbols to the ancient chiefs who had them carved out of a quarry. Van Tilburg wanted to know how the massive stones, some weighing 90 tons, were moved. She considered many theories, even unlikely ones.
One was based on a legend which said the Rapa Nui chiefs and priests caused the statues to walk to their destination. And so ropes were attached, and it was imagined that the statue could have been walked by rotating it and moving it in this way, much as you would move a heavy piece of furniture or a refrigerator.
Finally, Van Tilburg came here to UCLA and a most unlikely source for help, the robotics laboratory in the School of Engineering, where Drs. V. Schiller had long been calculating the movement of industrial robots.
To us, it was an opportunity to do something different.
Schiller redesigned his computer programs to calculate the movement of thousand-year-old statues, factoring in the terrain of the island, among other things.
So here we have an opportunity to take this space tech technology to better understand the past.
And the computer analysis supported a theory Joanne Van Tilburg had been considering.
Dr. Schiller and I have calculated that it took about between 45 and 70 people to move the statue in this way.
Then once they got to the site?
Once they got to the site, the statue frame can be used as a frame to raise the statue as well, because the weight of the statue is in the lower third. What do you need, you think, to move those stones, to move those statues? What do you need to make that work?
Maybe wood.
Maybe wood.
And over the years, Van Tilburg has returned to the classroom to share her observations with a new generation fascinated by the statues.
Do you have trees on Easter Island anymore? They cut them all down.
This is Marty Gonzalez's 6th grade class in Cypress, California.
So they changed the face of their island. They couldn't keep doing this because the basic thing that they needed was gone. What does that tell us about our own world?
The basic things that we need are going to be on?
You bet. We have to watch the basic things that we need, don't we? We don't want to lose them.
And the real lesson of the civilization's near demise, Van Tilburg says, ignores the influence of the Western world, the effect of the old explorers.
And with the intrusion of the Western world came the near annihilation of the culture through disease, missionization, slavery, many other things. So we can look at Easter Island as a certain metaphor for disaster on one level, but it's unfair to not also understand that we don't know what would have happened on Easter Island if they had really been left to deal with the crisis on their own completely.